Hey, I'm Hamid. This week I tested 5 AI code editors that claim to replace VS Code. Here's what I found and why Cursor AI is the one everyone's actually switching to. Cursor AI is a VS Code fork, meaning it looks and feels identical to VS Code, but every single feature is rebuilt around AI. It launched in 2023, but the 2026 version is a completely different beast with agent mode, background agents, and full code-based context up to 100,000 tokens. Cursor has 3 tiers in 2026. The free plan gives you 2,000 code completions and 50 slow premium model requests per month, enough to test it properly. Pro is $20 per month and unlocks unlimited completions, 500 fast premium requests with the GPT-4 and Claude 3.5 Sonnet, and the full agent mode. Business is $40 per user per month and adds SSO, privacy mode by default, and centralized billing for teams. First up, tab Autocomplete. And this is where Cursor immediately separates itself from GitHub Copilot. Cursor's autocomplete understands your entire code base context, not just the current file. It predicts multi-line edits, fills in function bodies based on your naming conventions, and suggests next cursor positions. So you're literally just pressing tab to code. Next, Composer mode, which is Cursor's multi-file editor. You open it with Cmd+K, describe what you want to build, and Cursor edits multiple files simultaneously to make it happen. In my test, I asked it to add JButy authentication to an existing Flask app. It touched 6 files, wrote the middleware, updated the routes, and even added the pip install command. That took me about 90 seconds. Cursor Chat lives in the sidebar and is different from a regular chatbot because it has full context of your entire project. You can hit a Cmd+L, highlight any code, and ask it why something is broken, how a function works, or how to optimize it. And it actually understands the surrounding code, your imports, your database schema, everything. Here's the wild one, agent mode. You give Cursor a high-level task, like build me a REST API for a to-do app with SQLite and Fast API, and it autonomously writes files, runs terminal commands, checks for errors, and iterates until it's done. It can run bash commands, install packages, and even read error output and fix itself. This is on Pro and Business plans only. Brand new in 2026, background agents. These run in the cloud on a remote machine, completely separate from your editor. You can kick off a task like refactor all API routes to use async await, and just close your laptop. Cursor keeps working in the background. You get a notification when it's done with a full diff to review. This feature is only on Pro and Business. One of Cursor's most underrated features is the code-based command. In any chat or composer prompt, you can type a codebase, and Cursor semantically indexes your entire project, not just recent files. It finds the most relevant code chunks automatically. You can also use a file name, iDocs to pull in official documentation, and a web for real-time search results directly in your coding context. Tool number 5 in my test. Let me show you a real bug fix workflow. I have a broken React component with a useEffect hook causing an infinite render loop, a classic mistake. I highlight the component, press Cmd+K, type fix the infinite loop, and Cursor not only identifies the missing dependency array, but rewrites the hook correctly and explains exactly why it was broken. Here's the honest truth about privacy. On the free and pro plan, your code may be used to improve Cursor's models unless you opt out in settings. The business plan has privacy mode on by default. None of your code is stored or used for training. If you're working with proprietary or client code, business is the right call. Cursor is also SOC 2 certified as of 2026. Now the big comparison everyone wants, Cursor versus GitHub Copilot. Copilot is $10 per month for individuals and deeply integrated into GitHub workflows and PR reviews. Cursor is $20 per month but gives you agent mode, multi-file editing, full codebase context, and the ability to switch between GPT-4o, Claude, and Gemini. Copilot wins on GitHub integration and price. Cursor wins on raw AI power and autonomous coding. Cursor is not perfect. The free tier's 2,000 completions run out fast if you're coding daily. Agent mode can go off the rails on very large refactors and sometimes needs 2-3 correction prompts. It's also heavier on RAM than raw VS Code. Expect 600 interrupt to 1 GB usage. And if you're deeply embedded in GitHub's PR review workflows, Copilot's integration is still tighter. So who is Cursor actually for? If you're a solo developer or freelancer who wants maximum AI coding speed, Pro at $20 a month is a no-brainer. If your team handles sensitive client code, the business plan at $40 per user gives you privacy mode and admin control. If you're on a tight budget, the free tier is genuinely usable for side projects. And if you're already deep in the GitHub ecosystem, Copilot might still edge it out. After 2 weeks of using Cursor as my daily driver in 2026, I'm not going back to plain VS Code. The tab Autocomplete alone makes it worth it. Agent mode saved me probably 6 to 8 hours on a refactoring task. The $20 Pro plan is fair for what you get. You're essentially getting 5 different frontier AI models in one editor. For most developers, Cursor is the best AI coding tool available right now. Which tool are you trying first? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one. If this guide saved you time, hit subscribe for weekly AI tool breakdowns every week in 2026. And if you want my GitHub Copilot deep dive next, comment Copilot and I'll prioritize it.